and welcome to Cooking with Steffa. We are making peanut butter blossoms today. I make mine a little bit different. The recipe itself is probably the same as yours or your mom's or anybody else's, but I started using this little muffin pan, and I put the little cookie dough ball in here, and then I squish a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or a Hershey Kiss on top. So I'll show you what that looks like in the end. But we'll go ahead and get our cookies started. That wasn't as heavy as I thought it was. Okay. So we are going to start with a half a cup of shortening, which for these handy little guys is a half a stick. Okay, so we've got our half cup of shortening. Now we need 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Not very prepared today. That looks good. Okay, let's get this mixed up, and then we will get out the rest of our ingredients. We'll get them ready. All my peanut butter down, and then there was still a little bit of shortening that wasn't quite mixed up together yet. teaspoons of milk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're ready for flour, baking soda, and salt. Flour is 1.5 cups. Yes, it is. And then last but not least, I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that is it. The dough part is done. I'm gonna get on a little bowl so that I can roll these in sugar. The recipe says to use 1/2 cup, but I didn't need that much. So I probably only used 1/4 cup maybe. Let's put our milk away. Okay, so like I said, you guys definitely don't have to use this muffin pan method. If you would rather use a cookie sheet, that's totally fine. This is just a personal preference. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Steffo. Unfortunately, I have had some technology issues in the last day or so. So please forgive me for that. And forgive me for this. There was a lapse in this video. So I know I was starting to form them into balls and roll them into sugar, and I was in the middle of saying something, so I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. So what I did was I finished rolling these out. I used that little tiny scooper. It might be in the dishwasher. It is. That dishwasher, or that, excuse me, that dishwasher. Woo! That scoop is a 1/2 tablespoon. So probably about as big as 1/4, maybe a little bigger, smaller. So I scooped them all out with the scoop. I rolled them into balls and then rolled them into sugar. So now what I'm going to do is put them into this little mini muffin pan. I like to use a little mini muffin pan, I think I told you guys earlier, because I really like my cookie to candy, like chocolate ratio, to be a little more even. So that's why I do that. You can absolutely bake these on a cookie sheet. It's not going to harm them or change them anyway. Might change your baking time a little, but I don't think so. Wipe the sugar off my hands. We're going to put these in the oven at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes. And when we take them out, I will squish some Kisses and some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups into them. So I just use this little stamper just to kind of get them a little even in there so they cook a little more even. I'm not trying to make a well in them or anything like that. I'm just trying to get them in there nice and even a little bit. I do struggle a little bit with peanut butter cookies to tell when they're done. I don't know if it's the color of the dough, so I do really try to rely on what my time says as far as how long they're going to take. I also really like to underbake these, especially more than any of my others, because when I put those candies in here, I'm gonna leave these to completely cool in this tray, which means they're gonna continue to cook. So I do try to pull them a little underdone or maybe a minute or two shy. So let's put these in the oven. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back one last time. Our peanut butter cookies are done, ready to come out of the oven. I like to do mine half and half, depending on, I guess, how many cookies I ended up with. But I like to do half Kisses and half Reese's peanut butter cups. Then, like I said, these will finish cooling the rest of the way in this tray. Then when they're completely cooled, I'll take them out. I have had some trouble in the past trying to get them out of the sheet, or out of the pan, excuse me, if they're not cool all the way. Okay, peanut butter cookies done. That's a wrap. See you guys for the next batch.